I mean, unfortunately, I've experienced racism, sexism, I mean, bullying. I've experienced all of that, and I kind of still do. And it's like, God, I'm 44 years old. Why is this still happening? And I come to realize, I haven't done anything wrong, but it's hard to confront somebody because I think now everyone's so sensitive. Or how do you confront somebody about how you're saying that, and um, I was a chef. I had to deal with so much sexism, so much like, wait, you're an Asian woman, you're not strong enough to lead this kitchen. I was like, I had to prove myself so many times, and it's just like, why can't you take me seriously and listen to what I'm saying instead of judging me on my physical stature and the color of my skin and all that. And it's rough. You gotta, sometimes you gotta have a thick skin and just try and speak to them in, I don't know, in a calm tone, and do the best where you don't insult somebody, because it's all in the approach. It's all in how you speak to somebody. You got to remember, wait, is this insulting to them? Am I insulting? Would I want to be spoken like that? So I don't know. That's how I kind of approach it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a nice statement in general. I think if everyone in the world spoke to people the way they'd like to be spoken to, it would make life a little better. But there's still lots of misunderstandings or contextual things or people's perceptions in different ways. I mean, one thing Micaela said that got my attention is, and I hear it all the time, when she said, I think we were talking about the general feeling of the public around, like we use the term they, and we're talking about them, like the government, like they're supposed to take care of us and so on and so forth. And I guess I've learned that they don't exist. We are they. We are, and doesn't mean we all have an ability to change what the people that we're saying are they are, but a lot of those people, whether they're at any government level, they go to work and they have a multitude of jobs and things, whether it's a city, whether it's the mayor, they're not aware of everybody's individual problems or can't solve them all. And we as people need to figure out how we sort through some of this stuff and educate our children. And, I think there's been a great social decay that I've seen since I was a kid till today, just even how parents raise their kids, how they hold them to standards, how they teach them to, treat other people and talk to people and so on and so forth. But it's just, again, it was just something that stood out when she said, they, because I mean, they is us. I mean, I whether it's, I've learned through getting skate parks built. No, they was us. We had to go and fight for ourselves. They weren't going to do it for us. You know what I mean? So I think somewhere all of this lies within culture, our society, how we talk to our kids, how we train, how we interact with each other. And there's so many issues here, but that's just something I always stands out to me, that they, as everybody in government, is just another person who worked their way up. A lot of them they get corrupted once they get there. They learn how the party system works. They learn how manipulated it is, how everything gets voted on party lines, and they didn't intend to be there when they started. Now they find themselves there and they realize, I can't do anything anymore. It's like my hands are tied. I've witnessed it myself. Even I've told the story a couple of times. I went to the Senate Judicial Committee for the skate park bill, when the skate park bill was what's called sunset. It means it was coming to an end and it had to be renewed. And that was the bill that gives the cities the protection to build skate parks without getting sued. I went for IASC and I sat in the Senate Judicial Committee and I watched every single bill get voted on purely on party lines. They didn't even listen to each other. They wouldn't talk about this. This is where was decided what even went to the floor of the Senate. And it was it was a really sad sight to see. This is probably 10 years ago. And I think it's even worse today. I mean, today it's like crossing party lines is just complete sacrilege. And that's, everything's gotten politicized. Now we could talk about this whole thing, make it all about politics. I hate politics. I think they're all corrupt personally, so I can't stand behind either party because they're full of corruption in my mind. But coming back to the they thing, they is us, that's why we're sitting here talking. We have as much ability to do anything about anything as anybody else on this earth. We just have to take charge and figure out what we can do to contribute.